Good morning, Jim. Time for another chat. You've been busy, sir.
Hey Pablo, thanks for having me on your show. And I brought my new guitar. I play a little guitar.
Tiny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
play a little guitar. Anyway, yeah.
Tiny little pick.
Yeah, minuscule.
All
But
right. So you just got done playing a few weeks ago a gig at a new to you cool little venue in Arlington Heights called Hey Nonny.
yeah, it was a Jim Peterk and friends, and of course my friends are the Ides of March, and brought along Colin Peterick, my illustrious son, who did great as well. It was a really nice, intimate venue. It's a talking like a no talking club. In other words, when you're playing, they tell you shut up and listen. Yeah, but they don't say it quite like that. But so everybody's like really listening, and then if you did good, they explode in applause, and it's kind of the way they do it in Nashville. A friend of mine who owns a place called the Listening Room in Nashville came down just to hang with me and do a podcast that he has, and he was in the audience. He said, "This is just like my club in Nashville." And it's so much different when you're playing to a rapt audience. And it was just a great show.
And that was the whole idea behind when I started my series at Chicago Street Theater was people would sit and listen to you and appreciate the music and not wander around, talk by the bar and make all that noise. So I
Well,
love
yeah,
those kind of places.
I love those days playing at the Chicago Street Theater for you, Paul, and hope they come again because that was
Uh,
one of our favorite shows.
they're
And,
planning on it.
and like you say, people would listen and they would talk at the break and drink and come back and we'd rock it out.
Yep. Another show that you were at, now this is one that you were just in the audience, you weren't playing, was at City Winery, and you went and saw the legendary Dave Mason.
Oh my God. From a special invite from my wonderful son, Colin Peterick, who was working at the Jam Lab with Dave, doing some recording, some mixing of his new product. And then Colin invited me to join him. So I was like his guest. And I
Wow.
really like that when the son is father to the man. And Dave was amazing. We got to meet him afterwards. And he didn't just dwell on his new stuff, which I was not fearful of, but because his new stuff is great. But he really went deep back into the catalog of all the stuff with Traffic and and Dave Mason, of course, and all the groups he's been with in the past. And he's a true talent. I mean, I think he just turned 75. His voice sounds just as fresh as ever. Can't even believe it. Met him afterwards, got some photos, which I'll definitely send to you so everybody can see. Uh, and it was just a great time. If you ever get a chance to see him, go to see him.
And that's cool. I didn't know that he'd been working at the Jam Lab with Colin. That's pretty awesome.
Well, it's a real feather in Colin's cap, and Dave really enjoyed it. So that's very cool.
Good deal. Next up, we've talked about the upcoming Pride of Lions album, and the excitement is building because it's getting closer. We have a release date. I know that the album artwork is being worked on, the songs are turned in, the CDs are getting ready to be pressed. Talk about it.
And maybe vinyl. I'm hoping double vinyl.
Cool.
So yeah, Dream Higher is the name of the album, after one of the key cuts in the album, and it's Toby Hitchcock and myself. This is our eighth album. It's just so crazy how long we've been going and just building. And when we delivered this album, Serafino, the head of Frontiers, he and Mario, well, Serafino runs it. Mario is his henchman. They listened and told me, and Toby, they said, this is one of the best, maybe the best Pride Lines album you've delivered. So it was a really high praise. So I'm really proud of this. And we're going over to Italy to play in October for a big festival in Milan. And Toby and I are really looking forward to it. So that's going to be the culmination of this release.
And based on the tracks that I've heard, um, while it's going to be recognizable as Pride of Lions, it really sounds fresh and different. So I think the fans are really going to love this.
Yeah, a lot of people say, it's a good friend of mine who, like you, I sent him, I said, don't play this for anybody, but he says, this is really a fresh Pride of Lions. And I really appreciated that comment.
All righty, we move on now. You have been collaborating with a new artist for you, Dave Mikulskis. Talk about that.
Well, Dave has been around probably about as long as I have, but he's much younger. So he's in one of the best rock and roll cover bands in the country, High Infidelity. And anyone who's seen them knows the front man and singer is Dave. And just through friends, Lisa McCloud says, why aren't you working with Dave? And I go, yeah, I should listen to this guy. And we got together and he blew my mind. He did 2 demo tracks for me. And we sent them to Frontiers because they were looking for material for other bands. And they said, we want these songs, and who's the kid? Well, the kid is Dave. And since then, we're working on a new album, hopefully for Frontiers. And we're just rocking it. We just delivered the first song from that album. And there's just going to be a good chemistry between us. And of course, we've been writing together also for this album. He's really a good writer. Who knew? I thought he was a great singer, but I also found out he's a very good lyricist and writer. So it's a win-win.
Very good. I've heard at least one of the earlier mixes, one of the tracks you're working on, and it's good stuff. So I'd be interesting to see it comes out of this project.
Well, I'm the kind of writer, I've always worked off of great singers, whether it was Dave Bickler, Don Barnes, Jimmy Jameson, of course, and Toby Hitchcock. Now I have another voice and another texture to wrap my songs around and get help as well in the writing.
Very good. Speaking of new people that you've been working with a Chicago radio icon, Mancow.
Oh yeah, Mancow is a legend in Chicago in the Midwest, and he left his station and is enjoying the good life, but he's also writing songs, and it's a big surprise. And he and I collaborated on a new song, which I'll be sharing with you all, y'all, pretty soon. But it's really been fun working with him because it's again, it's a different flavor. He adds a totally different flavor to my co-writing, and it's a good one. So watch for that.
Yeah, who knew? That's totally not what you would think of again coming out of Mancow. So very
Exactly.
good. All right, now we've got a big thing coming up for y'all in the Ides. The boys from Berwyn are going on a big boat.
Can't wait. We're leaving, I think, March 22nd. So it's coming up really soon. It's the Flower Power Cruise. And we've done this cruise before, and it's a great one. And if you don't mind mentioning a few of the artists that we're sharing the boat
Yeah,
with.
you guys are going to be sharing the stages or well, the ship with the Rascals, with the other guy named the Shondells, uh, Tommy James, John Kay from Steppenwolf, Randy Bachman of Bachman Turner Overdrive, John Lodge from the Moody Blues, the Family Stone, Gary Lewis and the Playboys, the Grassroots with another Chicago boy, Mark Dawson,
Exactly.
the Buckinghams, the Box Tops, the Cowsills, the Vogues. Peter Asher is the host of the thing, and a spoonful of love. A lot of other, yeah, you guys are in really good company.
Oh man, it can't wait. It's so much fun, and we get to get off the boat in Belize, so
Nice.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you guys, yeah, have a lot of fun, man. Cruising is my wife and I, that's our favorite type of vacation. And for you, it's I mean, the people that are on that cruise, you cannot beat the entertainment on that ship.
Oh man, it's going to be fun, and we're playing around the pool. We're playing at the pool stage twice, and that's always a hoot.
Absolutely. So great. Hope you guys have fun. Yeah, that it's for anybody who's wondering, it's March 21st through the 28th, but it's all sold out.
Yeah.
So you can just live vicariously through photos and videos that people post. But yeah, it's been sold out for a while.
Oh, they posted and it sells out in a week.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. So all right. I believe we've covered everything on our topics list for this week. You have a guitar, which I assume
Oh
means you're
yeah.
going to
Well,
play us something.
I wanted to show off my guitar. I don't know if I premiered my guitar on my new guitar. This is my new custom-made Taylor. Of course, Taylor is a phenomenal everyman's guitar with the bolt-on neck, and it's affordable. But then they have a series called the Legend Series, and it's just an amazing artist model where it's a glued in neck. They make them one at a time. One guy makes this whole guitar, and it's the best acoustic I've ever owned. And I paid for it, but I get the artist price. And man, if you ever want to save up your money, Paul, this is the one to get. But there you stood, that'll teach you to look so good and feel so right. Let me tell you about the girl I met last night. It's understood I had to reach up and let the wheel of fortune spin. I touched her hand before the night started kicking in. Now I'm higher than a kite, know that I've been hooked on your love. Talking to myself, running in the heat, begging for your touch in the middle of the street. And I can't stop thinking about you, girl. I must be living in a fantasy world. I'm so high on you. I'm so high on you.
Sounds nice. All right. Thank you, Jim. Have a
Well,
good week.
thanks, Paul. You too. And rock on. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much for doing this webcast, and I get to talk to all my fans and friends, and
Yeah.
it's been a lot of fun.
Pleasure to do it, and they love it. So,
Thanks,
all
Paul.
right. Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.